Okay, so I just cleaned the glass to the best of my ability right now. I obviously missed a few spots, but I'll have to go back over it pretty soon. I'm also gonna probably get into that big section of algae right there. I've noticed I've run pretty low on cleanup crew. Although, where is this guy? This emerald crab right over here is still doing pretty good. I'm gonna try to focus on there we go. That guy was just moving all over the tank, so that was doing pretty good. As for fish, every single fish appears to be doing fine. The only fish I have not seen is the flash wrasse, which hides mostly. Clownfish really annoy it, so I gotta think about how to pull him out. Oh, what happened to your fin there, buddy? This guy's okay. As a whole, all these fish are doing pretty good. Yellow tang in particular is growing nicely. So what I'm probably gonna have to do at some point is fix the cleanup crew issue. Let's see if we can focus on him for a second. Citron goby's doing pretty good. So essentially, I've noticed I'm probably down to maybe 2 snails and 2 emerald crabs, along with, I don't know, 8 to 10 of those really tiny blue-legged hermits. Now as for fish, of course, I still have the 2 tangs that eat algae. And but here's the issue, it's not just algae right now, Aptasia is also coming out. And I do have a few too many fish, although to be honest, the fish level is not a problem really just yet, because all the fish are not full grown. The only fish that really are, close, I would assume, are this goby's getting there, although the goby's still not there. The yellow chorus wrasse is getting there, but still not there. Honestly, probably an inch or 2 off. I would think probably 2 inches off. I think their full grown size is usually 4 inches, sometimes 5. The chromis are way off, so that's a lot of time for them. The firefish is nowhere close to full grown, so that's pretty good. The citron goby's probably far off, but I know they don't get that big anyway. 2 clowns are, well, the female clown's almost there. She's getting big. She's still not there yet, but she's getting big. The yellow tang's not even halfway there. Same thing with the cold tang. Well, the cold tang is actually, I don't know, the cold tang is halfway there, roughly, a little more. So I know the coral beauty is almost there too. And the Banggai cardinal is getting there, but the Banggai cardinal is not full grown yet anyway. What I do know is that I think if I pull out a few fish to trade in, or I go pick up some, I don't know, maybe sea urchins, I don't even know. All I know is that these 2 tangs are getting bigger, and I'm gonna have to think about pulling out someone eventually, but maybe not yet. All I know is that hopefully soon I can think about how to deal with this algae issue, although the algae right now is not really affecting the fish. It is affecting this little flower anemone up there. I pull out the algae around it, but then it gets annoyed by it. So I'm gonna have to find some better cleanup crew options. I notice whenever I add a huge, or at least a decent amount of cleanup crew, it tends to get better. And the tank seems to do well for a few weeks, and then it seems to crash again. I guess one option is to just simply buy a bunch of inverts of all sorts. I guess peppermint shrimp I could try for Aptasia, even though they don't tend to always work. Aptasia eating filefish would be nice, but of course it's another fish, so I would have to think about who to take out for that. Maybe the 2 tangs are on the edge, but at the very least, the cold tang will probably end up going at some point. I don't want to give away the 2 clowns, the yellow chorus wrasse or the goby, either of the gobies or the firefish. The angel I kind of want to keep around. I kind of want to keep the tangs for a bit longer too, but I kind of want to keep the angel around. And I know at some point the cardinal's going to probably have to go too as it gets big. because a full-grown cardinal could really annoy a few fish in here, given the bio load it could add. Even though it wouldn't be a big fish, it would just be a fish I really don't need to have a full-grown specimen of. Oh, here's the angel right here. There we go. Now, I've been looking for the flasher wrasse for a little bit. It's been a few days since I last saw it. Actually, probably almost a week. I don't know, more like 6 days, but it's a fish that I really don't need in the tank right now, especially since it's kind of getting bullied. So I don't know what I'm gonna have to do there along those lines, but maybe I'll just go get cleanup crew and not bother with trading in fish and moving fish around. Of course, I wouldn't pick up any emerald crabs, and I probably would want to. Oh, here's a little right there. That hermit's doing pretty good. Smaller shell. Yeah, that guy's doing okay. I guess I still have some work to do. Maybe urchins, I don't know. I know urchins can't leave water, so I know when I acclimate them I have to be pretty careful. But I also know they eat the most algae out of anything really, and the tanks with urchins tend to almost never have issues if you get a few of them. Who knows, maybe I'll go pick up 2 of them and trade in a fish for them or something like that. I don't know. Okay, well, that's this update with this tank. The other tank is doing better, I guess, than this tank right now, because that tank's not really having any algae issues, and I've done a few water changes on it. So, yep.